Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Dokkan battle video, and in today's video, if you have already guessed by the thumbnail and the title of this video, we're going to be jumping directly into a Battle of Gods themed worldwide download celebration. Now for the most part, we have not seen many new units around the movie for Battle of Gods, but we have seen some regarding the anime, so similar format at the top. So first, the Super Saiyan God Goku. And while it looks like this is directly from the movie, he is not on Movie Heroes. And so we do not have a updated version of a Super Saiyan God Goku from the movie. And going into the next one, a new Beerus card. So similar years, so with this one, 2020, and this one also 2020. We have not seen that he is on movie bosses, but he's all the way like, he's already 2 years old. So we have not yet seen a newer Beerus card implemented in the game for quite some time, so having these two get entirely new cards would be absolutely incredible. And for the next point, they could EZA quite a lot of cards that would be pretty hype, and that would not only help these units, but it would also see the potential for this guy to get an EZA, so when they release a new Beerus, they link up really well. I don't know too much about what they could do for the passive skill, because usually minimal passive skills have a huge difference in change. Like for Goku Black and Zamasu, they turned them from kind of garbage from today's current meta to being a #1 card you have to run. And so with this God Goku, they could also EZA this particular card, because he does do pretty well on a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan build. So he is very good, and performing a critical hit for 7 turns, I like that, especially the high chance of evading as well on top of that. A lot of categories as well, so he could be of massive support for certain teams depending upon the link set. And so for the next card, this guy. So here's what I'm thinking that they could do. They could have a Super Saiyan Goku, or they updated. This is the most recent Goku from just anything related to the Battle of Gods saga, not the movie. I don't know why they haven't even touched the movie, but this is the last major implementation they released alongside this Beerus, was this free-to-play Goku card. He's okay, but you're not using him in today's current meta. You're really not. So the next card, we have this God Goku, and so we have quite a few God Goku, so let me just peer through these. Yep, alright, so here's what I'm thinking. So they EZA, not you, EZA you, and then help support all the other God units. They EZA this guy, and this guy. This is the free-to-play Goku that you get from, I think, random pulls. You get him. He's a gacha pull, but it's his SR that you get from it. Let me see if I can pull up the art. Yeah, so this guy you only get from gacha summons, and then you use him to Dokkan Awaken into him. They Dokkan Awakens into this, and so they can easily EZA all 3 of these as a separate EZA event. And here's where I think that it could be interesting as well. I want a new Whis. The last Whis we got was the STR one, which had a 70% chance to dodge, so this was pre-UI Goku, when he first made his release on Global. So he's, I mean, the AGL one that we got is a newer one, but he's just like the other cards, like this card, he's okay. He's not insanely great, but he's okay. And so similar to the other video, I have a whole tab dedicated to what my prediction is for the Battle of Gods theme, if it were to come to that. So I'm going to pull this up and let me zoom in. Here's my ideal celebration. So I have more descriptions than the last one. So for the part 1, I'm thinking it's going to be a physical Super Saiyan God Goku, and an int Beerus that goes into his enraged state. And so I have the positives with what the celebration can bring. And so here's what they could do for the God Goku. They could either do a revival mechanic or an HP centered active skill with the whole "I will not let you destroy my world" moment, where he goes into Super Saiyan and does that insane attack against Beerus. I think that would be a really cool active skill that they could definitely pull off, or a revival mechanic. Granted, it'll be a lot harder to get revival mechanics since they are kind of a pain in the neck to go to, unless if you're using Future Gohan and Trunks. That card you could use to some extent, and the revival's a lot easier. Now, here's the good part. It also really helps these two categories, Legendary Existence specifically, and he would link really well to 7-Year Gods. So if we look at the Dokkan Battle Web API, I love this website for telling which units link with which. They have 5 out of 7 links with the 7-Year LRs. Now, they could easily change some of these, so like, Shadowing the Limit could probably be Fierce Battle, so it would be 6 out of 7, but best circumstances would be either 5 or 6, or worst case scenario, 4 links in common. But if you're sharing the same links as this guy, that's pretty solid. And so then, old standalone God Goku cards are obviously outdated, which is where the EZA for all of these 3 cards would be of great support for all the other units that they release on the banner. And so for the Int LR Beerus, I think we should have an Enraged Beerus, because the last time we've seen this was the Tech Beerus from 2016. Let's see if I can pull it up from here. We're gonna go with Planetary Destruction. The last one that we've ever seen that has a Tech rate was a Tech Beerus, right here. So he has an Enraged mechanic. That's all the way like from 2019. His initial release was in 2016. So we have yet to see a full-on, like, updated, enraged version from the Battle of Gods movie, which would be absolutely glorious to see. And I think they could go absolutely nuts with this Beerus. Give him this. Nullify enemy Key Blast super attacks. Make him that busted. He is literally shown to easily wipe away any type of normal Key Blast with ease, unless it's some type of God Key related blast. Make that useful. Make it canon. And here's the other part. You buff all of these other categories: movie bosses, Legendary Existence, Exploding Rage, Planetary Destruction, and Battle of Fate. All of these categories are in desperate need, except for Battle of Fate. You could say that Battle of Fate really doesn't need it since it's already a broken category. But these 4, yes, please, any buff to these would be greatly supported. And then right here, old Beerus cards are definitely outdated. Like, you're not going to be using physical Beerus in today's current meta. He's going to take way too much. So for the side banner units, here's where I think it could get a bit wacky, a bit goofy. AGL Ultimate Gohan, as we have no movie Gohan, that's in his ultimate form, and an Int Whis and Oracle Fish. I chose the Oracle Fish one specifically because if we wanted to use like an Int Whis card, or people wanted to use another Whis card, they could. And the Oracle Fish, that's a different named character, so if you wanted to use the STR Whis or a different Whis character that was either planning on getting an EZA or already existed in the game, you could link both of these units up and they would be a perfect rotation. Now when we go to the free-to-play units, I think this one would be kind of cool. I want a Tech Vegeta. I want a bingo card. I want Vegeta as a bingo card. You cannot change my mind. This needs to be a card. I don't care how they do it. I don't care if the defense is really high and the attack's really low. Bring this card into existence. For the STR Goten and Trunks, I think that they could implement one from the movie as well. It's going to be very movie-centered around how they plot this out. And so I think this would be kind of cool. They transform after a set amount of turns. I mean, and they could obviously do the active skills, because with the 7-year anniversary, we've seen free-to-play units with active skills, so I don't think it's too out of the realm of possibility for this. And so when we come to the Part 2 celebration, I think this is what we could expect. A LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta into a Furious Vegeta, and an LR Z Fighters cards from the fight against Beerus. This one needs to happen because there are quite a few cards that also need this buff. So let me pull up this card real quick. This is going to be to prove the point. We're going to go to Vegeta's family because there's 2 cards that need EZAs that do not have them yet. Which is you. Are you... No, you're still an SSR. These 2 cards need EZAs. because they're both good. Their counter mechanic is really cool because it counters normals, but they are very outdated. So imagine this: this guy gets an EZA, and their name is Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. You release a LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta into a Furious Vegeta. You have a perfect linking partner right here. He's not on a lot of categories because of the Bulma restriction, but even Vegeta's family, or bond of parent and child, just got a buff with the WWD Celebration with the Trunks and Vegeta. So that is a very realistic option. And for this one, I feel like I really do want to see. So this one is going to be from the fight against Beerus in the movie, specifically when Boo eats all the pudding and all the Android 18, Krillin, Piccolo, Ultimate Gohan are all fighting him. I think this would be a sick card art. And they could obviously implement some animations from the direct movie and try to add more of those special effects and really high detailed stuff from the movie. I think this would be sick. So overall, if it were to be a Battle of Gods theme, I think this would be the most ideal way to go about it. Buff God Goku, and you could easily have the intro animation for when he goes from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan God from the ritual. That's your intro animation right there. And for Int LR Beers, here's how you could do that one. Have the intro animation be when he's walking behind Beerus. When he's walking behind Whis and he makes his first appearance. You could easily do that as your intro, and then just keep all of this. Side banners, you buff Whis cards, and you get a new Ultimate Gohan. You get a Bingo Vegeta card because it's funny. You get Gotenks in there. But you get the Furious Vegeta while also EZAing the other Vegetas. You get support from the Z Fighters. And in a tandem, you also EZA the original God Goku. And you also get the EZA this God Goku, while also being able to EZA this Beerus. And then also EZAing these Super Saiyan 2 Vegetas. So overall, you're not only reviving the movie heroes specifically from Battle of Gods, but you are now giving all of the Battle of Gods appreciation that was previously not in the game. So, final look, this is what I would do for the celebration. And if this does come to fruition, then this would be everything that I would hope for. But that is going to sum up the video for today. If you guys did enjoy and you love to see more of these prediction style videos where I break down possibilities and themes and how I would go across creating the celebration, then leave a comment below of what type of category or theme I should tackle next in the next video. Or if you do think that this is possible, leave a like on the video. Am I thinking the same process that you were thinking about making this celebration? If you want to keep up to date with more Dokkan related content, then I highly suggest subscribing. You can always unsubscribe at any point in time. But that is going to sum up the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day.